This is section 9.5, part 2. We're going to continue the idea of factoring a trinomial. As you remember from the section before, we're going to take the number in front of the x squared times the back number. So 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. That's going to go in the first space. The middle one, the negative 2, goes in the second. Now, when we have two numbers that multiply to a negative, we have to consider a special consideration. I've asked one of our students to help us out with this. Kent, 1 times what is negative 8?
Negative 8.
All right. We add those two together. 1 plus negative 8, Kent, is?
Negative 7.
All right. That didn't work. Let's try the next one. 2 times what is negative 8?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. And we add those together?
Negative 2.
All right. That's our answer. Now, we're going to split up that minus 2x in the middle with those two numbers, positive 2x and negative 4x. I wonder if Kent knows what GCF stands for. If he doesn't, we'd have to help him and say that's the GCF. So Kent, what's the GCF between x squared and 2x?
X.
All right. And when we take that x out, Kent, what's left on the inside?
X plus 2.
All right. Well, let's remember to put our box down and put that x plus 2 at the back of the parentheses. Now, negative 8 divided by 2, Kent, is?
Negative 4.
All right, so there's our first factor, x minus 4 times x plus 2. Now you may be saying to yourself, boy, this looks pretty easy with some shortcuts. Well, there are some patterns, and we're going to learn those shortcuts later. I'll teach you one of the shortcuts at the bottom of this lesson. Let's look at our next one. If you remember, our negative 40 is going to go in the factors of space, and it adds to positive 6. So Kent, here we go. 1 times negative 40 is negative 40, and those add to?
Negative 39.
All right. And our next factor, 2 times?
Negative 20.
And that adds to?
Negative 18.
18. All right. Well, Kent's struggling a little bit here, so we're going to have to help him. 4 times negative 10 adds to?
Negative 6.
All right. Do you remember from the last lesson what we used to do? If we have the opposite of what we want, we're going to change the signs of each of our factors to the opposite of what they are. So there's our factors. I think we've done enough work now, so we're going to replace that 6y with a positive 10y and a minus 4y. Now in this case, intentionally I put them in the reverse order because I just want to emphasize the fact it doesn't matter what order they go in. So let's take out our GCF, y times y plus 10. That y plus 10 is going to go at the back again, and we're going to say negative 40 divided by 10 is what goes in our box. Well, that's a negative 4. So we have y minus 4 times y plus 10 as our answer. Now we move on to our last problem for the day. We have x squared minus x minus 42. I chose this one intentionally because you have to remember right in there is a 1. So that's really minus 1x minus 42. So this is factors of negative 42 that adds to negative 1. Well, that's 1 and negative 42, negative 41. 2 and negative 21, negative 19. 3 and negative 14, negative 11. 5 doesn't go in, but 6 does. 6 times negative 7 is negative 1. So there's our factors. We split up our negative 1x into 6x and negative 7x minus 42. We take out our GCF, x times x plus 6. Put our box in with our x plus 6. Negative 42 divided by 6, that's negative 7. So our answer is x minus 7 times x plus 6. If you've watched this video, you certainly deserve to know the shortcut, and here it is. Our factors of positive 6 and minus 7 are our resulting factors in the bottom, x minus 7 and x plus 6. Right above there, our factors of negative 4 and positive 10 are our factors y minus 4 and y plus 10. Our factors up here of 2 and negative 4 are factors down here, x minus 4 and x plus 2. Now this only works if you have a 1x squared or 1y squared in the start of each of our problems. I hope you picked up on those shortcuts, and they might sure help you as you continue to work on your lesson. 18 squared is my favorite. 8 times 8 ends in a 4, and the number is 324. I like it because 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 cubed is 8. So remember to work on your perfect squares as you're going through these problems.